Hello, hello, we have a new chapter of Kaiji. This one is called Apprehension. Okay, so they've swapped vans. They had a very crazy, awkward situation where they almost opened the money. Kaiji pretended it was just their porn. They were so freaked out about their porn they couldn't possibly let them take even a little peek, which, yeah, you can assume that I guess Kaiji has some very, very questionable fetishes. Kaiji dangerous face.png. But I wonder, now they're back drinking together. Kaiji is apologizing, raising my voice and tackling our saviors. I went really overboard. Very considerate of me and didn't even consider your secrets. And here we have another treat of Fukumoto drawing porn mags. We see again some JK things, girl, S&M, I don't know, just the selection of Fukumoto, what Fukumoto imagines a deranged person might like. They're just apologizing to each other. Everything seems good. I thought maybe the atmosphere would be ruined by this seeming overreaction, this tackle. Kaiji resorting to sudden burst of physical violence in order to stop him from seeing the money. But I guess it's all good. I guess it's all good now. Blame falls a bit on both sides. Let's just make up. Okay. And that's right. They promised they would pop some bottles. One of the fairer champagnes, Moët and Chandon. Let's open her up. Popping bottles in the townhouse. Getting slizzard. I have no idea why I'm referencing like a G6. But I love that the cozy atmosphere was returned so quickly that they are able to settle down and relax with one another again after that mega crisis. Whoa! I'm opening this bottle and making our toast in Italian. Wow. Why in Italian? So if everyone going chin chin I didn't even know that was an Italian thing. I like that this is an extremely crude joke for Fukumoto, who normally doesn't make like any sort of lewd jokes. They're very few and far between. But it just really reinforces what the atmosphere is like with these guys. Just what type of degenerates they are. Ridiculous, but it's how we live in this world. It takes all types, as they say. To us, to us, to us, to tits. Bravo. Genius. Hilarious. Someone just said something weird. You should pull out all the stops, don't you, Ishitaka-san? There's a chance to say something lewd, you'll take it. It wasn't even remotely lewd, just childish. I love that Mario is like the voice of reason here. Mario, whom I always associate with like panicking and overreacting and not being able to kind of stay mature in a situation, is the one who cannot stand the childishness of their humor. Oh, to be a child at heart, to be pure-hearted. Someday I'll come across a girl who will fall for this smile of mine. If you say so. Look at his squiggly smile here. Ignore this lecherous ape. Could you hear me out, Kaiji-kun? Okay, interesting. I really like how long they're taking with this. This is, I think, a hallmark of Fukumoto manga is just kind of conversations that wander into irreverence, into topics that have really nothing to do with the main plot, but just a chance to kind of enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the characterization, things like that. It's something that I think has been well inherited in the Saki Universe series. And I'm sure Ritz-san has read her fair share of Fukumoto manga and has learned the charm of just including this kind of irrelevant banter. Okay. He's still maybe a little curious about this van thing. Really grateful that you're willing to exchange vans with us, but there might be a problem with that. Who's a lecherous ape? Listen up too. That van of yours is a rental, isn't it? Is it? Aha. I didn't know that. The rentals are coded with WA. Anything with WA is either owned by Waluigi or is a rental van. Okay. Isn't it illegal to sublease a rental? For a day or two would be fine, but if it's going to be a long-term thing, there'd still be problems. Okay, how is Kaiji going to talk his way out of this one? Well, we did make a pretty big deposit when we got it, so we pretty much purchased it from the dealer. Practically given semi-permanent ownership. Go back and talk to the dealer! I really hope they go back and talk to the dealer to try to change what sort of business or lease or whatever they get involved with. Because I want to get that character more involved. I think that character is so great. Never did talk about lending the van to someone else to get that verified. Okay. Should be closed by now, but I got his phone number the other day. Makes contact again. Nighttime, the store has long since closed. The center of the earth van rental place. I love it. Arima, shopkeeper of the center of the earth, has stayed behind and was on the premises, though not in his office. Instead, in one of the camper vans he has out for sale, lost in one of his occasional daydreams of meditative camping. Will he wake up and hear Kaiji's call? Oh, this is so lovely. Get to see into his imagination. This imaginary Yuru camp. The bliss that he can turn off all of the city outside of him and imagine this small chunk of reality exists in a totally different, larger reality. It is way out on the side of a deserted road deep in the mountains. I used to do that as a kid. I would float around in the lake in a spot where if I stood up I could still touch bottom. And I would close my eyes and imagine that I was instead way, way out in the middle of the ocean. That when I opened my eyes, it would just be water in all directions. I don't know why I did that, but you can really convince yourself if you manage to just kind of isolate yourself with this microcosm of the sensory experience of the fantasy world. You can kind of birth the fantasy world out from around you and imagine that you're in the deepest open ocean. It's Kaiji. Why is Kaiji so panicky? Why is Kaiji sweating? Hasn't been attracting any attention about that. So he's gonna get him caught up, I guess, on the whole adventure so far. The Mazda, the chase. I wanted to discuss something with you. Here he just says the pictures. Exchange. See now, good idea. If it looks like a commercial vehicle, you can slip right by when they got their sights trained on camper vans. But you're right that the person driving the van isn't legally the one renting it. Oh. Nice little car crash scene. It's like the least dramatic car crash one can imagine. Let's question them or something, things get messy. Right now. Ooh, is he gonna come and visit? Are we gonna have a big drinking party with all of them? With even Camper Van Man? Oh, that would just be so fun. Oh, I would just love that so much. We're drinking. I'll send it over. The contract that you signed when you rented the van. Oh, so then the two of them can start renting it. A new rental contract for the Ishitaka guy. Sign under returning and renting and send it back this way. Make it so that Ishitaka guy officially becomes the rentee. Kaiji, pass me to Ishitaka. Okay. Okay, this is all gonna work out. I think this is all gonna work out. Nice. Okay, sure. It is resolved. And they cheer again. Such a wonderful resolution, however, does cause a tiny issue for Kaiji's group. Oh, the rental. Oh. I see. I thought he was going to drive down there himself. Because he seemed to jump on the idea of giving them the forms as soon as he heard they were drinking. And I was like, oh, they're all going to party together. But no, he's going to mail them. Okay, sure. It's decided that Kaiji's group would stay at the Ishitaka residence until then. Okay, that in itself is oddly enough somewhat of a cause for concern. Ooh, this is really fun. This is Mario's expertise that he's built up from so long living in the rental van and parking lots hearing the noises of the night, hearing the sounds of the neighborhood. He's learned all the different types of dog noises. What kind of dog do they correspond to? Nice, nice. I don't know, this is very cute, cozy, peaceful. But I wonder what their concern is. I'm taking out for a walk. Dogs get stressed, you know? Is Kaiji-kun also feeling like being stuck in the same spot for too long is giving him some anxiety? Flashbacks of the bulwark with mom. I have to stay here at Ishitaka-san's house today, tomorrow, and the day after. Chang has the car keys right now. Shouldn't be any issues, but if during this day an opportunity came up, Ishitaka-san would probably try to take a peek inside my bag. Yeah, that's true. And who can blame him? When someone reacts that strongly to letting you see their pornography, what response can you have besides, I really, really want to take a look? Huh? No? Thoughts? Am I alone here? Am I crazy? Okay, sure. Dying to know what magazines you had. Even saying something about dark fantasies. It's all a misunderstanding, but I would rather things stay this way. I was thinking of taking the van to store our cash in the coin lockers nearby tomorrow. Okay. This is a little spooky. This is a big opportunity for something really bad to happen. The money being out in bags, the money being out in public, something being stored away. This is an area that Tei had been monitoring before. Of course, the previous coin locker adventure turned out okay, but it was down to the wire. Meanwhile, Ishitaka is obsessed. What kind of dark fantasy does that young man have? Oh boy, Tei isn't their enemy. Ishitaka is. Oh, this is fun. I just love that it's like they had that crisis, and then it was resolved, and it seemed just kind of like an episodic, kind of comedic sort of thing. And then they had this other minor crisis, but they dealt with it quite easily. But then, in the solution to that crisis, you realize, uh-oh, they never really resolved that first issue. That will now persist. What dark fantasies does Kaiji have? His fantasy of successfully owning and spending billions and billions of yen. Okay, that's all for now. Let's look forward to the next chapter. Bye-bye.